Now then, here we again, plot 42, February 13th, quick walk around. Me weeds from this year are building up. I don't know if this year's going to be a good one for the next few years. I'm hoping that rots down. It did 2 years ago, but I didn't have this much to start off with. So I'm hoping this rots down. If it does, sorted. If it don't, I'm buggered. But I've got some bushes I can hide behind. Not much change down here. Yeah, I've got rid of some little bits and bobs in there. I'll give it away. So it's the same as the last few months. Not much has changed. I've took a bit more off here. You can see where I've dug it all around there. Took the old soil out the greenhouse, put it onto here, and took some of the soil from here, put it in the greenhouse. I've got that bit left to do there, and probably down some of the paths. Got some weeds to take out of there, get them sorted out, so not do too bad there. Carpet, put a few bit more down, not much more, a little bit helps. Yeah, got that to skim off. It's a bit wet at the moment, so my feet are getting a bit clogged up. It's just starting to rain again. Beds, I've just took some weeds off them too, not a lot, but it's a little bit damp. Wait for it to dry out a little bit. These just need raking over to flatten them out. So I'm not in no rush. I've got no seeds growing at the moment. I'll just show you what I've done down here. For a few path there, so I took some of the weeds up on there and weeds on that side. Well, took some of it up, and the other ones I've kicked under the fence onto that side because it's coming from that side, most of it. Yeah, I'll just show you. I can't remember the name of the grass. It's that one that obviously grows. It's a bit of soil. It'll set itself. It'll grow another one. It's like a big mat by the time it's finished. You see where I've kicked it all underneath there. It's coming from there and it's coming across here. Because I got rid of all that the year, last year, year before. Took most of it up because it was covered in bark. Problem with the bark is any seeds that get thrown around land in it, and that's when you get all the weeds. I'm not going to stop all the weeds from coming. It's impossible. But even on some of this matting I've put down to stop the weeds, it just crawls to one side and comes underneath there. Look. So the weeds still grow, but just not as visible. So I've took most of it up, so it does look a lot better. But I don't want to spray it down with weed killer. So I've gone all the way up there. There's one thing less to do. Let's keep shifting it side to side, and I may have to. Just thinking now, is take this border up, get rid of the grass that's underneath it, and put the mat in up to the fence. As I said, because the weeds going from underneath there up to the little fence, go underneath there to the fence. So it's another project. Add it to the list. Yeah, 3 cabbages that need composting. Sprouts, I've been taking some. I ain't took a lot. Asked people if they want them, but nobody seems to want them. Lonely beetroot. Required some netting for some reason. No, it's a bit windy at the moment, so that netting's off Keith's. Keith's come back. Surprised what you can get done when there's nobody around and you're actually chatting to anybody. So Keith's back now. He's took all his netting down. That's what the black netting was on this side. He's dug it over. He's dug out the other side of the hair over. So he does like he's digging, like a little digging machine. So he's come back anyway. Yeah, so what's happened up this end? That's it. Not much has happened really. I've still got to sort this out. So it's a bit wet. I need to sort this little divider up. what got on there, but also the leaf mold's on there. Ain't the note in here yet. I will be doing shortly. So this is sort of like looked after itself. Took the weeds up from the back. The only problem I've got is the weeds on the rhubarb there. It goes underneath the timber. It goes underneath and pain in the bloody bum sometimes to get this off. So it's really, you see what I mean by the grass is growing underneath, hit the wood, and that's where accumulating on there. So I'll have to get rid of that. I probably have to get rid of that fencing, but that means I'll have to get more matting going. I'm having trouble getting it at the moment. The only problem is with this tarpaulin down and matting that I've got down, you can't see any wildlife that's underneath it. So obviously you may have just newts in it, you may have frogs underneath it, mice underneath it, rats. I probably won't notice the rats, but it's just you try not to stand on anything, but actually you can't help it sometimes. Greenhouse. So there's the soil that I've put in. I keep coming down and breaking it up. It's still quite damp, it's cold, so damp. Keep closing the door to try and dry it out a little bit. But if it doesn't, it'll dry out eventually. I just don't want it to dry out too quick. Then I've got too many bloody boulders. But so when I grow with the compost, I'll get it sorted. Done that part there. It's all dug out and shoved out the other end of the grid. Took it out, took it to the other end of the allotment. Got that left to do. And this side to do. The root much, it's quite low down, so I may just bring some soil and just stick it in here. I mean, I could use my own compost. I'll try using that to grow my seeds. Round here, and that's happened round here really. The water butt's full. Compost there. Well, this year's compost. Keep turning it over, and there's, I'm thinking, oh, there's bits of plastic in it. And that's for everybody, mice getting in there and living in it. So then I feel rotten, but it's turning it over. There's this year's, next year's compost. So a few little holes there where the friendly old rats have been. A few leaves for next year, the year after. So I'll have to get that fencing done, that edging done. I'll say on here, all the way down there, stop the weeds. And also, I've been saying this for the last 4 years. I think I need to get this sorted out because the wood's starting to rot down the bottom of there and down the bottom of there. I may bodge it again with perspex, but I really should have maybe created another compost bin, started putting that in another bin somewhere else. Then once I've bagged